Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is the Wonderful Thing About Disney podcast.
Because Disney's a wonderful thing. Come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet, and fly with us as we discuss the parks, treats, and all things Disney, with new episodes every wonderful Wednesday.
Bonjour, Dingle Hoppers. We're back. We're better than ever. We're more cultured now. We're world travelers.
I don't know that you would say cultured exactly, but it has been like a whirlwind 5 weeks for us.
It has.
We have done nothing but Disney and laundry.
I know. Our own friends are questioning our sanity now because we have officially done 3 parks in less than a month. Disney World, Disneyland Paris, and Disneyland.
Our bank account is feeling it, for sure.
It's fine. We're never retiring. Which is good news for all of our listeners because we're now doing this until we die.
Pretty much, yeah.
Our kids can go to college on their own now, which is good for their self-sufficiency.
They can figure it out, yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, this Disneyland Paris trip that we recently got back from, I'm trying
Was it even real?
That's
Did
what
this
I mean.
really happen?
I don't know that I could even sum it up in one word. I was trying to think of one word, and I got nothing.
Magnifique.
Sure, yeah.
Baguette.
Stop it.
I told you we're different people now. We are cultured.
Sure.
Sure. Paris changed me, people. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, we are here, and we're excited to be here because we have so much to tell you. Shoving my nonsense aside, we kind of need to get into this, but it was a great trip. It was super fun.
No, it absolutely was. And buckle up because this is a jam-packed episode.
And before we begin, I want to give a special shout out to one of our favorite Dingle Hoppers, who happens to be my cousin Katie.
Yep.
Because her cousin, no, that would be awkward. Her and her husband, Marcus, actually went to Paris a couple months before we did. And so before we left, we sat down, had lunch with her, and kind of went over her thoughts and kind of suggestions. That was super helpful. And that kind of laid the path for this episode for us because we want to pass on to you not only just hey, here's what we did that we loved, but also kind of a plan of attack and here's what worked for us. And again, it was different. It was a different experience than what we're used to in the American parks.
Yeah, it was very, very different. So, okay, let's just get into it. Let's do it. Okay, so when we went, we decided that we were going to do 4 park days, and we actually booked through a travel agent. So with the whole vacation package, we got the hotel and the 4-day park tickets, which turned out that they were actually park hopper tickets, which
was a great surprise.
We didn't know until about 3 weeks before we went that they were park hoppers.
Right. And that did come into play for several reasons. So that was fun. I'm glad that we had that option.
Yeah, absolutely. With our vacation package, we had early entry because we were staying at a Disneyland Paris resort. So in Disneyland Paris, you can get into the parks an hour before the park actually opens.
It made a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So our plan was to spend about 2 days in Disneyland and 2 days in Walt Disney Studios. So I guess, let's back up. There are 2 parks, Walt Disney Studios and Disneyland.
Yeah.
I guess, we probably should have mentioned that. But for the most part, I feel like we stuck to our plan.
I think so. I think the only variance to that is fair warning that right now on this day in 2024, there is a lot of Walt Disney Studios that is currently under construction.
Correct. Yep.
And we'll get into that because we saw things, people.
Yeah.
Some pretty big things. But again, we did jump back and forth. We took advantage of the park hoppers.
We did,
because there was stuff to do. But I think we spent more time in Disneyland, and a majority of that reason being because there was so much construction going on.
Yeah, I agree. So I think for this episode, we'll kind of go over the general overview of what we did each day and then go into specifics, go into the reviews of the rides, the food, the shows, all of that.
Yeah. So for us, our plan, we ended up taking a direct flight, which I know sometimes depending on cost effectiveness or preference, I thought it worked out great for us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So we tried to sleep as much as we could overnight because we landed at 9:30 in the morning in Paris.
Yep.
But this was actually super convenient because when we landed in Charles de Gaulle, there's a train that takes you one stop to Disneyland Paris. Like, the park is right there on the train stop, which is wild. I did not really think about it, I guess, but like literally you come out of the train station, it's right there. The front gates are right there. Literally right there. Yeah, and it was only about a 10-minute train ride. Yeah, like we had seats, but we didn't even bother like finding our seats. We're like, for 10 minutes. Yeah. Why bother? Yeah, we just kind of hung out. So once we got off of the train, we went straight to our hotel, and we ended up staying at the New York Hotel Art of Marble. Yep. And we're Marvel nerds. Like, it was so sweet. Yeah. It was so fun. But yeah, once we got like everything situated and stuff, just around noon, 12:30, we've got our bags dropped off. Our room wasn't quite ready yet, so we just left them at bag check and got everything set, secured, scanned, because you do need to go through security before you go into the hotel itself. No, it's interesting. It's crazy. And your bags also have to be scanned before they will hold them in bag check. Correct. Which I thought was wild too. Something new. It is something new, and it's something different. And, again, the world being what it is, and unfortunately, security measures need to be taken. But they did it in a very easy, streamlined way. Yeah. I mean, you just hand them their luggage. They send it through an airport scanner similar to when you fly. Mm-hmm. You put your bag through another scanner to walk through. It was not a big deal. It was just different. Yeah. Not what we were used to, right? Yeah, absolutely. But the best way to fight jet lag is what, Ashley? What do? You just go. You power through, people. You stay awake. You power through. And we just headed straight for the parks. We did. So we stopped first, before we went to the parks, at the Disneyland Hotel because I was on the hunt for a lounge fly, which they, of course, did not have. But that was a sad day. We can talk about more of the merch turnover later. No, that was a real thing, and we do need to get into that. But the Disneyland Hotel, you guys, gorgeous. And you literally, like, walk through it. Yep. To walk into the park. Yeah, and the hotel is recently refurbished, I think within just the last couple months. Yeah. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So then we went to the park, and we went to Disneyland Park first, turned the corner, and like, there she is. There's the castle. Yeah. Castle number 3 for us. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, I didn't cry. I almost cried. I didn't cry. I thought I would. It was amazing. It's beautiful, and I can see why there is a strong following for this being the most beautiful castle. Yes. Like, it's warranted. It's beautiful. It really is. And yeah, we'll dive in more. I promise. We're just trying to give you like a quick overview, but like, it really is something else. And seeing Sleeping Beauty's gallery in the castle, and then like it's got a freaking dragon lair beneath the castle. Yeah. Like, that was a real thing. That was super cool. But I think my first impression was the art. Yeah. And I knew, like, French culture, the arts were super important. But, like, that was very evident and felt and seen in Disneyland Paris, too. And it is impressive, y'all. Like, there's paintings and art pieces everywhere. There's displays and statues and just so much. Like, it was so cool. Something that we've never seen at this scale before in a park. Absolutely. So after we kind of spent time in front of the castle by the plaza, our priority that day was Indiana Jones because it was actually going under refurbishment the next day. So that was our only day that we were able to ride it. So that was our priority. And so we did that. Yep. It was great. And then we did Pirates of the Caribbean. Yo-ho, people. We did. Loved it. The Riverboat, and we did Phantom Manor, which is, both of those have a very, like, strong Wild West theming. Oh, yeah. Which was, like, I guess, I don't know, maybe I just didn't read up enough on that or think about it, but no, there is a strong Wild West presence in Disneyland Paris. Like, in the whole land. Yeah. It is Wild West land. It was super cool. Yeah. Super neat to see. And then
From there, we hopped over to Walt Disney Studios Park because we had a reservation for Chef Remy. Mm-hmm. So we ate there. And then while we were there, we did Web Slingers and we did Avengers Flight. Well, you did Avengers Flight Force. That's a not Ashley ride.
Not an Ashley ride. No.
Not an Ashley ride. But then after that, we decided we could not fight the jet lag anymore because by the end, I was very slap happy. Honestly, there's probably about an hour that night that I really don't remember because I was just so tired. Yeah. So we just went back to the hotel room, unpacked, showered, and had to get ready for it the next day because that was only day number 1.
Yeah, and I mean, really, like you said, our plan was let's go in, let's get Indy out of the way. Let's just kind of walk around, ride a few things that we can, but really just kind of orient ourselves.
Yes.
Because this park is laid out much differently than I think the parks that we're used to in the United States, only because they feel bigger. It feels more spread out and vast.
Yes.
I think a little bit harder to find your way around because there's so many paths.
Yes.
You're not going to get lost, but it doesn't flow the same way. Is that fair to say?
No, I would absolutely agree.
So yeah, day 1, totally just soak it in, get acclimated, force ourselves to stay awake as long as possible, and then here comes day 2. And day 2 was focused on Disneyland. So you know us, we're rope dropping people. And so we went and rope dropped Big Thunder Mountain. Again, shout out to Katie for this recommendation because Thunder Mountain's line queue does not go down during the day. The best time to get it is early in the morning.
Yep.
And not only that, but we rode it twice because there was no one there because early entry.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. We just walked onto it.
Yep. Literally nobody in line.
And Thunder Mountain is sick.
We're going to talk about it, but
I want to talk about it right now because it's so rad.
Do you want to talk about it right now?
No, okay. It's okay. But it was great. Okay, so not only did we ride it first thing, rode it twice, and then we still had early entry time because, again, there's really not very many people there.
No, with early entry in Disneyland Paris, you can actually get things done, unlike here in the States.
Totally true. So we went over and we did Hyperspace Mountain.
You did Hyperspace Mountain.
You did Hyperspace Mountain.
I did not.
Right? And by that point, the park was opened, and so we just kind of stayed in Discoveryland, which is their Tomorrowland.
Yep.
Did Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast.
Yep.
Star Tours.
Yep.
We gave it a valiant effort. Hundreds of thousands of points were accumulated, but unfortunately.
Yeah, I think I only had 400 something.
No Galactic Hero this time.
No, this time.
It's a thing.
Yeah. But after we got off of Star Tours, they had you could build little droids at the Droid Factory, and we're like, okay, it's, you can build a little droid.
Yeah, like a 3-4 inch tall droid. It was cute.
But these, you could put little Mickey hats on. You could put Sorcerer Mickey hats on. So I was cute. Like, I have to. So I built a little droid. It was so cute. So then after Discoveryland, we headed over to Fantasyland. And I think we knocked out quite a bit of rides.
And we knocked out quite a bit of snacks.
That too, yeah. We did It's a Small World. We did Casey Jr. We did The Land of Fairy Tales, which is their version of storybook canal boats in Disneyland.
It was very cute. Loved that one.
Yep, we did Pinocchio. We did the Alice Maze.
The Curious Labyrinth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you said, we got our snack on.
We did. We got macaroons. We got cheesy pretzels. I mean,
yeah. I got a chocolate-covered strawberry stick. Those were so good.
Chocolate-covered strawberries were delish.
Yeah. Then from there, we realized we didn't do Autopia. So we, just for science, we had to go do it.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I know it's nostalgic and I know it's cute for kids, but I still don't like Autopia. I don't.
No, I don't either.
But we did it.
We did.
We did it for the Dingle Hoppers. For the brand. We were out there for you.
For the brand, yeah. And then by that point, you and I were kind of struggling. So we went back to the hotel and just took a 45-minute power nap. And it was glorious.
It was glorious.
It was needed.
No regrets. Yeah. And again, what were we? From where we were at the castle, 15-minute walk at most to get out through their downtown Disney area into the hotel. I mean, maybe 10, 15-minute walk at most.
Yeah.
took our power nap, and then we're right back in again, you know?
Yeah,
so
we were gone for a little over like an hour. Yeah. So when we came back, we went to, again, the Disneyland side, and we watched the Stars on Parade, which is on Main Street, USA. And then we went to Walt's for dinner that night.
Walt's was legit. I think that might have been my favorite thing that we ate all trip. That was my favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
Super, super good.
I would agree. And then we went and did Pirates again.
More Pirates.
Because it's Pirates.
Because Pirates.
Yeah. But then we headed to the plaza to find a spot for their nighttime shows. So those 2 shows that we saw were the Disney Electrical Sky Parade and then Disney's Illuminations.
Yeah. And I know that at Disney World in particular, like, the plaza gets packed. Mm-hmm. No. Paris's plaza gets packed. Like, everybody's there.
Oh, yeah. And we'll get into this more later, but roping things off is not a thing in Disneyland Paris.
You just kind of, like...
There are no walkways. There's nothing.
No.
So
we do need to talk about that. It's just kind of a mosh pit, honestly, of
legit,
people.
That's legit.
But anyway, it was great. It was fun. Okay. Day 3. Going to Walt Disney Studios this time. So our plan was to rope drop Crush's coaster, which you're like... Okay, cool. No, y'all don't understand. Like, Crush's coaster, I don't think that wait ever went lower than 90 minutes.
I think it might have gone to like 60. But maybe. the point is, it's between 60 and 90. Yeah, all day.
There's like all sorts of rides. Like, no one is riding Avengers Flight Force. They're riding Crush's coaster. Everybody is.
And everybody is, yeah.
I have feelings about this. We'll talk about it later, but like... Crush's coaster, I don't love you, but it was down most of the morning. So, not wanting to waste our time, we went ahead and just got the Premier access for it to come back and ride it later when it was up, and we went to Ratatouille instead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so how it works over there is kind of similar to our Lightning Lanes, where you can buy a full package. You can say, okay, for, I think it was about 90 euros, you could say, okay, I just want to buy the package for all day. Then you can go to any ride whatever time you wanted.
Right.
Or you could buy individual passes and say, I want to ride Crush's coaster. My return time is 11 to 12. You go back and you ride that ride for one price. The problem is you can only hold one of those at a time.
Yeah.
So you would have to wait until you rode Crush's coaster in order to buy another pass for Remy or,
right.
Web Slingers, whatever.
And honestly, that's the only thing that we bought.
That is. Yep.
And I don't think that we really needed more than that.
No, I agree.
Now, granted, was it busy? I mean, there were people there, but it wasn't packed. Yeah. And I think just the way we maneuvered throughout the park, we did fine without it.
Yeah, I feel like on average, I feel like we waited about 30 minutes.
Sure.
Some were
really
only 5. Yeah, some were like 45. So
yeah, really not bad. So, I mean, obviously, we snacked because it's us. Ate like all sorts of things. There was cheesy potatoes. There were more macaroons. There was plenty. Your boy feasted. It was great.
Yeah.
We did a Cars ride that's similar to Tow Maters in Disneyland. Kind of fun.
It was cute.
Yeah. Found the only hidden Mickey that we saw the entire trip there.
That's true.
And
we were on the hunt, too.
We were on the hunt.
Yeah, hidden Mickeys are not a thing
over
there.
They're not a thing. Either that or we're blind or they're just way better hidden. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
Went back over to Avengers Campus, did Web Slingers, because, again, it was down most of the morning. Ended up on Flight Force again. It was just as intense the second time. There were, I don't know, I underestimated the rides there because they were next level for intensity. Too. Yeah. Just wild.
I did too. So then we did the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and then we went over, you guys went and did Crush's Coaster, which again, we'll talk about later.
I got feelings.
I know you do. But then from there, we actually headed back to the Art of Marvel Hotel because we had a reservation for the superhero station.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And we'll talk about that later again, but you get to take pictures in the hotel. So when we got back to Walt Disney Studios, we did the Alice and the Queen of Hearts Back to Wonderland show.
I was not prepared for that, by the way. 1, it was much bigger than I thought. 2, much longer than I thought. 3, BMX riders?
I know.
Pyrotechnics? It was wild.
But let me tell you, Alice and the woman who plays Queen of Hearts, they can sing.
They can sing.
Well, yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. And this is where big stadium bleacher type seating there, but like as we're waiting for the show to start, it didn't really hit me until we started leaving and coming down. You can actually see over the construction walls into Frozen Land. You can see
the castle.
You can see Arendelle Castle.
Yeah.
But like, y'all, this land is enormous.
It's
huge.
Yeah. And I don't remember off the top of my head. I think 26 is when it's supposed to open. Yeah. Which, I mean, makes sense because they're really...
It's massive,
and they're not really close to being done.
I don't know what else they're putting back there, but we know Frozen Land's going to be there.
For sure.
But it is huge.
It is massive. So when that opens... that will be amazing.
So that was kind of fun. It was neat to see over the wall and kind of like almost take your breath away, like, oh my goodness, this is enormous.
Yeah.
So then we snacked some more.
Because it's us.
Of course. And then we rode Cars Road Trip. Not once, but twice. And no, like we got on it and I'm just like, I don't know, maybe this is a place Jake's gonna nap and we're gonna talk about it later on a different episode. And then something awesome happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're going again. Yeah. Because it was awesome.
And there was no wait. So we're like, why not get in line
But
again?
like, it was, I don't know. Do we spoil it? It was just sweet.
Well, we can think about spoiling it when we get there.
It was great.
And we'll give you all a spoiler alert if we decide to. But yeah, then we did the Toy Soldiers parachute drop.
I think that was the longest we waited in line.
I was actually thinking that too, because I think we were almost in line for like an hour.
We were, but we were eating licorice ropes, and they were delicious.
That's true. Yeah.
I know no one really liked the cola flavored ones. I thought they were great, and I ate like way too many of those.
Left a weird like aftertaste.
No, it was great.
Okay, and then we went and saw another show, Mickey and the Magician, which honestly is probably my favorite Disney show.
Oh yeah,
which is saying a lot.
No, like this could have been my favorite experience of the whole Disneyland Paris trip, was seeing Mickey and the Magician. Like, that show was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And before I forget, I want to say this now, but this is one where I wish we would have bought the premiere access, the reserve seating.
Yeah.
You can buy them for certain shows and parades, and I wish we had for this one.
Yeah. We'll know for next time, but that show is incredible. Just... yeah. It's magic. It really is.
Literally.
So cool. And then went back, did some more web slingers because we were really trying to get the Millie.
I know.
Did not do it.
Coming up short again.
Again. You can watch the reaction video on our Instagram because came up short again. But then we went and had dinner at Pim's Kitchen.
Yep.
Test Kitchen. Pim's Kitchen, which is very different because this is all you can eat.
Yep. This is a buffet. Yeah.
It is a buffet.
Yep.
I pounded a lot of corn dogs.
Wait, did they have corn dogs?
Yeah, they did.
I mean,
there were mini corn dogs, but I still ate a lot of them.
Oh, I missed that somehow.
They were good.
Yeah.
They were really good.
So then we hopped over to Disney. I think we were content being done for the night, I should say. But then we decided to hop over to Disneyland to do Big Thunder Mountain at night. And we caught it at just the right time.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all, the fireworks were going off as we were on.
Remember how we said, like, everyone goes to the fireworks? Well, we didn't, because we saw it the night before. So what did we do? Rode Big Thundy twice.
And the fireworks were going off, and it was so magical.
No, it was legit. So like, we were coming around the turns and, like, up over the mountain, and, we're like fireworks going off.
Like, we're pointing as they're going off, and
It was amazing. Okay. Super, super rad.
I mean, spoiler alert, I think Big Thunder was our favorite ride.
Yeah, we rode it a lot. We did a lot of Big Thundy.
But that's okay. So day 4 was our last day in the park, and I don't know. I think we wanted to do both parks, but we kind of started in Disneyland.
Yeah, well, I mean, we really exhausted almost everything in Walt Disney Studios. Yeah. And again, because they're doing so much work. When they get that done, you guys, it's going to be incredible. And it will absolutely, I think, warrant 4 days for your trip.
If you're a true like Disney fan, yes, and want to do everything, for sure. Yeah. Because there were still rides that we didn't do and shows that we didn't see.
Yeah, there's so many shows.
Yeah.
So many shows.
So before we started day 4, we wanted to make a priority list because, like we just said, there were still things that we wanted to do that we didn't get a chance to. So
or that we wanted to do again.
Correct, yeah. So we made a priority list to make sure that we got all of those things done. So, not shockingly, we rope dropped Big Thunder Mountain again. Twice. And then we did just some other rides that we hadn't done. We hadn't done the railroad. We didn't do the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse or Snow White. Yeah, so just did a couple
Phantom Manor again in the day instead of at night.
That's true.
Yeah, hit up more pirates because pirates.
Yep.
And then we found the churro stand.
Because
you know us. Like, we are all about the churro talk. The churro life chose us. We tried it. We posted a reaction video. I have a really hard time ever giving a churro a bad score because, like, any churro is better than no churro. So, like, out of 10, nothing's getting less than a 5.
Yeah.
But this was only like a 6, you guys. I'm sorry. It just, like, wasn't that great.
I could tell by your reaction. Like, you bit into the churro and you were like, yeah. And then your face kind of just, like, went downhill from there. Yeah. I was like, oh, you don't like this as much.
No. But we tried it and it was good. Like, grateful for that. Mm-hmm. And then we saw a million splashes of color. I'm just going to back off. The mic is yours.
I think I would classify this as, I don't know, it's like half parade, half show.
Yeah.
And it is not Magic Happens because I have more of an emotional attachment to Magic Happens. But this is a very, very, very close second, y'all. Like, so great. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And then after we did Million Splashes of Color, we went to Captain Jack's for a late lunch. And then from there, we were ready to head into Paris to finish the rest of our trip. But we did decide one last time that we were going to try to get that million on Web Slingers.
We tried.
And we once again were unsuccessful.
You know, I don't know. I see so many scores and I'm like, what are y'all doing differently? And I get it. Like, if you have the Web Slingers, like the attachments and stuff, yes, like it is. I'm going to say it's an unfair advantage, not because it's not fair. Like, if you pay for it, like, make it worth it, and it is.
Yeah.
But we're talking, like, it is tough to do it without. One day we're going to get there, and we've gotten close.
We have gotten close.
But again, came up short, so.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay,
so now that we've kind of told you what we did and kind of how we did it, we want to go more in depth into the attractions because there are several things that jump out to me that I will remember from Paris. And one of them is the shows, the quality of shows, the vast variety of restaurants that we couldn't even have eaten at all of them if we tried.
Yeah.
But the attractions are next level. The intensity, like sometimes even the scale are just at a whole other level that we were not used to.
Yeah. So, okay, let's start in Disneyland. Let's start in Discoveryland. Okay. So the first thing, this is all you, Hyperspace Mountain.
Yeah, so I personally struggle on Space Mountain in general, just being in the dark and not being able to see where I'm going. I do much better with Hyperspace Mountain in Disneyland. When they do that kind of overlay and stuff, I can see a little better in Star Wars. But
yeah, of course.
This Hyperspace Mountain was intense. It was bigger, it was faster, and yeah, I mean, like, there's even, like, I don't know, I kind of lost track from it, but there's either like a corkscrew or a loop-de-loop or something. Like, things were happening down there. I mean, in the end, the Rebels won, but it was a wild ride.
And people say that this is their favorite Space Mountain.
Oh, I see it. I can see it. It is a little weird that you kind of have this Discoveryland theming to it, but it's Star Wars. Whereas if this is Hyperspace Mountain all the time, like it almost would have made more sense to be like Star Wars themed.
I see, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it was still stinking cool. And it was like, it was intense. So, I mean, like they put you in a shoulder harness over the top. Yeah. And you need it. Because like, again, you're twisting, turning, flipping around. Like it's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So again, another one that's all you. Star Tours.
Yeah. No, Star Tours is good. It's the same. I don't think there's really anything different to it and stuff. And yeah, no, it was good. Just like Star Tours that we know and love.
Yeah. All right. Autopia. So I will say...
I'm growling. I don't...
You totally are. So I will say this one does not have the same, like, fume smell.
No,
it still smelled.
It did still smell, but I think there was a little more open around it, so it didn't like just hover.
Yeah,
My beef with Autopia here, though, is people just stop in the middle of the road all the time.
Literally in the middle of the
track. You don't just like get on and drive and go. Like people are just stopping and like they're living their best lives. And I'm not here to hate, but like they're just taking pictures everywhere and they'll just stop and kind of look around. And I'm like, drive forward.
You had some road rage on Autopia.
I kind of did. I'm embarrassed to say, but like everyone was just kind of stopping and just sitting, and I'm like, just drive, just go. And again, like that line, it didn't really move, and then it kind of did. It just kind of felt like it was a weird moment. But we'll get into that later. Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast.
So that one was fun.
It was fun.
I don't know. I feel like this one was a little bit more challenging, and maybe it's because that was the first time that we had ever done it, so we didn't really know what to expect. But yeah, I feel like just where some of the targets were was definitely
tricky.
More challenging.
Yeah.
But essentially, same aspect as Disney World and Disneyland.
So let's jump over to Fantasyland. So the castle itself is an experience. Like you go inside, and there's a beautiful little Christmas shop in there. Yeah. There's an interior staircase that you can kind of go up and walk around, and it has a little gallery inside. The stained glass windows.
I know. So the whole gallery like tells the story of Sleeping Beauty, and you get to the stained glass and just gorgeous.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful.
You can actually walk out onto the balcony on the castle that overlooks Fantasyland.
It was super, super cool.
Yeah.
And then again, they've got the dragon's lair below the castle. And you kind of like go down into this cave and stuff. It's kind of dimly lit, but like full-size dragon sleeping there that will like lift and rear its head and blow some smoke and stuff. Like it was
really cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Super fun.
Yeah. They have a Snow White and a Pinocchio as well. I think very similar to Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The carousel that we rode was fun. It was big. It was like 4 deep.
I think it was almost... Oh, yeah, it was 4. It was 4 deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I think... I mean, maybe the one at Disneyland is 4 deep, too. I don't know. 3 or 4 deep.
Yeah,
but, like, it felt big.
It did. Yep, it definitely felt a lot larger than Disneyland. It's a Small World. That one...
I think that one might be my favorite. I liked it more.
The color... I loved the colors.
Uh-huh.
Loved the inside. I mean, again, same aspect. You have, the same song and everything, but... Yeah, I think I liked
just the decor and the flow to it, and I think because it felt quote unquote newer, it just felt fresher, and it just seemed like everything was just a little more enjoyable of a show.
Yeah.
Rather than, if I can say this without getting murdered, like the redundancy of It's a Small World,
Yeah.
This one flowed just a little better, so I thought it was super fun. But what I did find fun as well was Alice's Curious Labyrinth.
So I had seen pictures online, but I don't know, like we started doing it's essentially like a maze, and then again kind of tells the story of like Alice in Wonderland. You get to the Cheshire Cat, and then you get to the Queen of Hearts, and you get to climb her castle, and it was really fun. There were a lot of photo like opportunities in there too.
Absolutely, and you get to climb up a little central tower thing and stuff, and yeah, it was cool. For as many people as were in there, it flowed pretty easily and well, and it was not easy to navigate, but it wasn't challenging. Like, they figured it out. It was actually really cool.
Yeah, and it took a lot longer than I thought it would, too. Yeah. I mean, we were probably in there for like 20, 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. It was
good. Casey Jr., that was a fun little train ride. That was a lot more than the Casey Jr. in Disneyland.
Yep. It goes a lot faster. The track's a lot longer. Yeah, for sure.
It was cool. It was really cool. Don't sleep on Casey Jr. It's a fun one.
And then you have the Land of Fairy Tales, which is the Disneyland Storybook Canal boats.
Right.
This version, though, knocked it out of the park.
Oh, totally.
Like, oh my gosh. You have, and it's not just the princesses. Like, you had Sword in the Stone. Mm-hmm. You had Up with the Up House.
I know, that was my favorite. And there's also so much to see. Like, there's a lot of, like, little Easter eggs and things. There are. And my only complaint about that one is that it kept stopping. So it wasn't that you slowed down. Like, you would stay stationary for a moment. It just kind of very stop and go.
Yeah, because it's kind of on one, like, continuous track. So if they have to stop it to help somebody get on or get off the boat.
Yeah, it'll stop everything.
Yeah. No, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. My two favorite lands, Adventureland and Frontierland. I mean, I knew Pirates was going to be sick there. But, like, it's like a land. Almost. Like, there's so much there. And this is the heartbreaking part of the trip for me, is that a lot of, like, the big bridge that you can run across, that I was, like, envisioning myself and Jack Sparrow, Jack Sparrow, Jake Sparrow, just, like, frolicking through.
I know.
I couldn't do it because that part was closed. Like, the ship was closed. And
yeah, they had part of, like, the Skull Rock closed.
I know. It was a bummer. But even though we couldn't, like, go deep into it, around it, on it, you can still see it, and it is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great. That Pirates ride is super cool. I think I still love the Disneyland Pirates the best.
I would agree.
But there were some really cool elements to it. And Captain Barbossa.
Yep.
Like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it, but yeah.
Yeah, super cool.
And then you have the Swiss Robinson Family Treehouse, which, again, very similar, I think, to the Disneyland one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Indiana Jones and the Temple of Pearl.
Yeah, so this one, I mean, we went to Temple of Pearl right off the bat. Like, that was the first thing we did because we knew it was going under refurb. Mm-hmm. I've heard people say that they didn't like it, or, I don't know, maybe they didn't know what to expect. I thought it was good. It was a little shorter than I would have liked, but I mean, it was okay. Like, it was good.
Yeah, that's one where, like, I was able to do it. Spoiler alert, it does do, like, a 360 loop. You go completely upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right word? Yeah. And I was fine. I had, like, my motion sickness band on. But that's one of those, like, for me personally, like, I did it once. I wouldn't be, like, jonesing to do it again.
Nice. Well played. Well played. No, it was good.
But, like, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I had heard from several people that they thought it was too short. It was okay. Like, the length, I mean, I would have loved had it been a little bit longer, but it was good. And it was thrilling too.
For sure. Yeah.
Definitely an intense ride. So,
oh yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And then Frontierland. So we're finally talking about it. Like, Thunder Mountain there, you guys, it is sick.
I have, like, the biggest smile on my face.
We have to. If you don't want to hear about it, it's not like we're telling any stories that are going to give anything away, but, like, we have to tell you, because you start out and they have, like, the whole river there with the riverboat, but the loading station is on this side of the river, and then there's an island, and that's where the tracks are, and you're just like, what's going to happen here? Oh, don't worry, you're going to go under the water. You're going through a tunnel under the river, come out on the other side, and that's where you just start flying around this mountain. Yeah,
so the majority of the ride takes place on the island, and then, you have to go under the water to get back to the queue.
Yeah.
And when you go back, like, it launches you.
Oh, yeah.
In the dark. Like, it's awesome.
Couple amazing things. It takes your picture, which is super great.
Yes.
And once you know where it is, like, you can take some awesome pictures, which we did. Number 2, this is not your chiropractor visit. Like, it's smooth.
Yes.
And it is awesome. And, like, you just can't help but get off and be smiling after. Like, I never saw anybody who was like, okay, I'm never doing that again or feeling sick. Everyone was just stoked getting off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of long, like, long enough that you're like, okay, I got a full-on ride. Like, had I had to wait in line for it, I would have been, like, satisfied. It wasn't too short. Favorite ride in Disneyland Paris, for sure.
Yep.
Like, it's just rad.
Yep.
And you got to go eating trousers. So, like, what more could you want?
What more can you ask for?
And if you can time it and ride it at night, you guys, seeing the fireworks go, it was magic.
It was absolutely amazing. Yeah. And I think that's one where personally, I think I prefer riding it during the day because there is so much to see and because you do have that tunnel that you go through. I think I do enjoy riding that one more during the day than I did at night. Yeah. But it was so cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thunder Mesa Riverboat. I mean, it's actually a pretty long riverboat ride.
It is, and it's very similar to the one in Disney World and Disneyland. Yeah, I mean, it's just
which again, knowing that you're riding over the top of the tunnel that leads to Big Thunder was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then Phantom Manor. Very cool, but very different in the story than what we're used to in the traditional Haunted Mansion.
And it's hard because there are, I think, quite a few people that I've talked to that are like, oh, Phantom Manor is my favorite. And I just, unpopular opinion maybe, I didn't like it.
I liked it. It wasn't that I didn't like it. It had a different tone and a different feeling to it. And, you know, we always are used to the bride being like this sinister character. Mm-hmm. The bride's role in this version is very, very different. Almost like she's trapped there.
Yes.
You know? And then the Wild West theme, the West Town, actually goes into the ride too. Like there's a large portion of the ride that is part of this Wild West ghost town gold mine theme. And that part to me was a little different because like it was kind of like there was the graveyard from the traditional Haunted Mansion, but then it's this Wild West thing, so it was I don't know. I just wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, you had just like a little bit of a graveyard, and then you had like a Wild West town. And I don't know. I think I just missed like the graveyard.
Well, speaking of graveyard, though, there's like an actual cemetery right there attached to the mansion that you can walk through after.
Oh, which was
pretty cool. Was cool. You know, not like the queue of the headstones that you're used to in Disneyland or Disney World, but like there's actually a little cemetery you can walk through, and it was kind of a fun little twist too.
Yeah, I guess you said it well. Like it's not that I didn't like it, it's just not my preferred.
Well, and we also love Haunted Mansion. Like that one has grown into one of our favorite attractions.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just different, and that's okay.
Yeah. And then you have Main Street USA, which you have the railroad, which I thought was cute. It's, you know, again, very similar to Disney World and Disneyland. It has a couple stops. Now, some of those stops were closed because there was construction that they were doing, but same vibe. Like you go all the way around the park.
Mm-hmm. It was great.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And it's fun that they have that railroad as well, knowing how much that meant to Walt when he first built the park. It's just kind of cool.
Well, and that's the one thing about Main Street USA is it definitely, I mean, it's called Main Street USA, but it had the USA vibes. Right. Like everything there was very like American, whereas the rest of the park had the French culture, but that was purely USA. Yeah.
Agreed. Let's go over to Walt Disney Studios Park and talk about the attractions there.
It's crazy that all we've talked about is the Disneyland one so
far. I know.
Far. And these are only the ones that we did. Like there I think were still attractions that we didn't do.
Yeah, we tried our best to get them all, but like there were a few we didn't even make. But in the worlds of Pixar, you have Crush's Coaster.
I'm gonna let you take it away.
You guys, I'm so mad. I'm so mad because one, you see this huge line for it. And so I thought, hey, like, this is the cool attraction. Like, this is going to be the thing. And honestly, I expected there to be a massive line at Avengers Flight Force. But no, everyone goes to Crush's Coaster. Yep. So, like, you get on it. Queue is super awesome, you know, super fun. You get in a turtle shell. it's spinning you, you know, kind of rotating rather than spinning. I don't want anyone to think it's just going to be like
it's not like the teacups motion.
Right.
Yeah.
But like you start out and you can see like the track comes out and it's all themed on like a reef or something, and then it takes you back in, and like we came out and you had not decided to ride it, so like I waved to you and you're like, oh, this is gonna be so fun, and like it was fun. But then it takes you into this big building and like it's dark in there, and it kind of like takes you up a track that's themed, and then you get to the top and like all there is just track around you, and you just kind of like go down the track and then it ends and you're like, wait, where's the rest of the ride? I don't understand.
You
I'm
were
sorry.
So
I was
mad
so
when
mad.
You came off of that ride.
I expected it to be so much better, and again, like, so disappointing when you get into this building to the top of the track and then you realize, wait, it's just gonna like kind of take me around, like I can see everything. Like it just felt like underwhelming.
Yeah.
Like the theming and stuff for parts was great, and then the rest it's like, no, you can just ride the track down. And it's just like boring.
Yeah, for the wait time.
I don't understand. The European mind cannot comprehend. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I did not like it at all. It was super disappointing, underwhelming, and I was mad.
You're hilarious. You are hilarious.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
The Cars ride, that is very similar to Tomators.
Mm-hmm.
It was cute, much, much smaller.
Yeah.
But essentially same concept.
No, it was just kind of tucked on the corner. Like, it was very petite. But again, like, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was good. It did feel weird, though, that Cars ride was nowhere near the Cars road trip.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in between those two, you do have Toy Story Land, which was fun.
Yeah.
As you're walking through. And so this is where you have, like, the toy soldiers parachute drop.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, is cool.
Yeah, it was very tame because, like, it does take you up very slowly, and then drop is a heavy word because it's not like Tower of Terror. Like, it does not drop
just a gentle descent.
Yeah, there you go.
But that is another great vantage point to look into Frozen Land, which we did.
Yeah.
And then they have RC Racer, which we don't have.
Yeah.
And at first, I was like, is this going to be cool? But, like, once it got going, I'm like, ooh, okay, we are really high up and it is wild. So it just takes you back and forth a couple times, but like there's some thrill to it. Like it was fun.
Yeah.
And they also have the Slinky ride where, you know, you just kind of go around. It felt more like a traditional amusement park, like carnival type ride and stuff. But again, like they've got Toy Story Land. That's cool.
Yeah. And then they have Ratatouille, which is very similar. I mean, it's the same thing to the one in Epcot.
Right.
The only difference is this one is not 3D.
Correct, which was a surprise.
But I had read after we got back from our trip, and so don't quote me on this because I forgot to look it up, but when the ride first opened, it was 3D.
Oh, interesting.
So at some point, they took the 3D aspect away. And I will get back to everybody as to why, because I forgot to look it up and I was curious.
Have to research that.
Yeah, this one is not 3D, but same ride.
Yeah, very, very similar and stuff. But no, it was cool. But yeah, the last one in that area, Cars Road Trip.
Which we didn't know what to expect.
We didn't know what to expect. And like you get on it and it just looks like you're on the tram from the parking garage.
Literally, you were like, is this a parking garage tram from Disneyland? I mean, that's what it is. But
yeah, it was. But here's the thing, like there are some really cool little Easter eggs and things to see. And being from Utah, we even saw the Utah Arch on a map, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
We geeked out over it. But that just kind of takes you around some twists, turns, bends. And then all of a sudden, like, there's this, like, mountain where they're drilling for oil, and there's, like, a big semi-truck, and you're just kind of stopped there.
The Dynaco truck, yeah.
And you're just sitting here like, what is going on? And then everything starts shaking, and things catch on fire, and, like, explosions, and then this massive water starts coming out of everywhere. You guys, it was sweet.
It was really cool.
And I just sitting there, I'm just like, burn him again!
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like, I don't know where they came up with that, but it was super rad. It was cool. Like, there's awesome. A lot happening in just that one scene. And then you get to keep going down the road, and you even see Mater's like Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, Mater makes an Eiffel Tower. Super cute.
It was awesome. So yes, we rode it twice because it was just that cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was great. Love that so much.
Yeah. And then next is the production courtyard, which is the majority of what I think is under construction right now at the very front of the park.
Right.
So the only ride that's here is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. And I put my motion sickness band on, and I did this one. Spoiler alert, so if you don't want to hear about it, mute us for a second. But this one, most intense.
Oh, yeah.
Like, most intense. I think they actually start you on, like, the second or third floor.
Yep.
Because the second you start, they drop you. Like, immediately, that is the first thing you do. And I was not expecting that. Yep. And already I was like, I'm done. Get me off. I was like, I'm done.
It was a little unnerving because we didn't expect it. And again, like, we just got back from Disneyland, so we know, like, I confirmed it does not drop you.
Yeah.
It takes you up slowly or whatever, shoots you up even. But no, like, and it just felt like the amount of drops and the speed at which it was blasting you up and dropping you.
Ready.
It's more intense.
I got off and I was like, I need a Sprite. Yep. I need to walk it off. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
It was cool, you guys. It is a thrill, but like it is intense, and I would dare say more intense than either Guardians or Tower of Terror.
Yeah, it was
wild.
It was wild.
It was wild.
Yep.
So let's finish up at Avengers Campus. Web slingers.
Same thing.
Same web slingers you know and love.
Tom Holland, though, in French, is hilarious. That pre-show is so funny.
It is wild. It's so just a little different. It is a little different.
And then you have Avengers Assemble Flight Force.
Yeah.
Which I did not
So
do.
Number one, like, it is cool. And even the outside of the building where they have Friday and stuff.
Yeah.
Super rad.
Yeah.
And you go in, the queue is neat to see, very very Guardians from Epcot-esque in kind of the style and design. Yeah. But you go in, and the pre-show is Tony Stark in the Iron Man suit.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
And he's all fully moving and everything. Super cool. So the ride is built around a threat in space that involves Iron Man and Captain Marvel teaming up together. Yeah. The first time I rode this ride, and granted, we had just landed, you know, I'm still like jet lagged, but I felt things. Like, I got off, I was like, okay, now I need a minute, because it was wild and intense. But even going on it the second time, like, it is a bigger roller coaster than what we are used to in the United States at a Disney park.
That's crazy.
It's a trip.
Yeah, literally, you and our friends got off of that ride, and you were like, not an Ashley ride.
Not an Ashley ride. Nope.
Not at all.
But it is cool. They take your picture there as well, which is kind of fun. But yeah, it is, that was a big ride. But I do want to say, while we're here, where are my Avengers?
I know. So that's the one thing. For Avengers Campus, I felt like it was very not Avengers.
Yeah.
It was more of like I don't even want to say like a land. It just like, there's just like a collection of rides and restaurants, and I don't know what I'm trying to say.
So we'll tell this story later, but we saw Spider-Man sitting on top of the building once. Otherwise, I mean, yes, they do have a show where the Avengers come out, but it was weird not seeing the Avengers be up, walking around, waving at the crowd all the time. Like, being able to go to Disneyland shortly after, I was like, oh, I missed this. Because that is one of the most magical parts of Avengers Campus, is being able to see those superheroes out and about all the time.
Yeah, whether they're up by the Quinjet or whether they're, you know, down taking pictures, or you have a couple different shows. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just didn't have that.
It just wasn't the same. Yeah, and I missed it. It just kind of left a hollow feeling. But one thing they did have that we don't have is they had a sick Spirit jersey. Of course, it was not my size, but that's okay. We got one for you.
We did.
And again, we'll get into the merch turnover shortly. But now is a great time to just take a breath and pause because, like you guys, we warned you, there's a lot here. We want to get into the shows next, and we do still have a lot more content. So, like, if you need a quick break, or if you're driving almost to your destination, maybe it's a good place to pause, but there's more.
There's a lot more still to come. There's still more.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go into the shows.
Yes, and there were a lot of shows that we did not see. So many
shows, and we wanted to.
Yeah,
but there's just so many shows, and they're all like excellent quality shows.
Yeah, and the shows, so for example, there's a Stitch show, and they show them I think every hour or every 30 minutes, but one of them is in French and one of them is in English.
Which is really cool.
Which I appreciated. And now not every show was like that, but I did appreciate that. Although we didn't see that one, that it was offered in both French and English.
That was super cool.
But let's start in Disneyland again. So the first one was the Disney Stars on Parade.
Mm-hmm.
Super cute. Like
the floats.
Yes.
Were sick. And I think, again, we've only been to Paris, Disneyland, Disney World.
Yeah.
I have seen reels on Instagram of the floats over in Japan. Those ones might top these, but these floats were amazing.
Yes, they were very cute. So they had Toy Story, Lion King, Peter Pan, Finding Nemo. They had a float with the princesses. They had a Frozen float. And then, just like Disney World, they had the steampunk dragon that shoots fire.
Yeah, we loved it. For a minute, we didn't know if it would, but that fire shot out. It was so cool. And then the Disney Electrical Sky Parade, that was the drone show that they had. I will say, I was super bummed that they didn't have the Avengers drone show in Walt Disney Studios while we were there.
I know.
But this drone show, you guys, it is so, so cool. And thankfully, we got the opportunity to see the drone show at Disney Springs while it ran.
Yep.
That was awesome. This one is even next level above that. This is what they do. It is a very cool signature Disneyland Paris thing, and it is so sick.
Yeah. So it uses the same music as the Main Street Electrical Parade, and it even has some of the same characters. Correct. So I love the Main Street Electrical Parade. So to have it in drone form,
super
so
cool.
Awesome.
And
it was so awesome.
Again, very 3D and everything. But if that wasn't enough, hold my baguette. They have a pirate ship that shoots cannons with steam.
I know.
Elliot shoots steam out of his nose.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I don't know how they did it, but I remember sitting there and jaw just open. I was amazed. Amazed. All over the top of the castle. And then they finish it, and what happens next? You go right into the fireworks show.
Yep, you go right into Disney Illuminations.
So cool.
Yeah. So what I liked about this one is that you not only had fireworks, you not only had projections on the castle, but you also had some water effects because there is water right in front of the castle.
Yeah.
Now, the water effects are not super tall. It's not anything like World of Color.
We were back near the back, y'all, too. It was just, we underestimated how busy it would be. And that, again, there's no lines or paths to walk through. It just kind of becomes a mass crowd of people.
Yeah. I think I personally liked the Electrical Sky Parade over Illuminations, but Illuminations did have a really cute Lion King portion.
It did.
It had a Pirates portion.
So sick.
It even had Star Wars, too.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool that they tied all of those together because you don't have a strong Star Wars presence there. I mean, again, you have Star Tours, you have Hyperspace Mountain, but you don't have a Galaxy's Edge. So it was cool that they did that. And also, there wasn't a ton of Star Wars merch there.
Yeah, actually, there wasn't. Mm-hmm. They had, Grogu.
Right.
But, yeah, Star Wars itself, yeah.
And then the Parade of Million Splashes of Color was just cool. And again, shout out to Katie for giving us a heads up that we needed to find a good spot and be there early. We were in the plaza. They have multiple stages, elevated stages set up around the plaza. But they bring this parade down Main Street from the front gate. It comes into the plaza and it's full of characters. The characters get off of the parade floats and then they just start dancing the show. The bubbles, I'm literally getting goosebumps talking about it. It was so fun and cool.
As soon as the parade / show was over, I literally went on iTunes and I was like, I need to find this song. And we bought the song because
it's great. It's a great song.
I love it so much.
No, it's just one of those where the music, the experience, the dancing, everything, and just all of those characters and a variety of characters too. Of course, you had Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Pluto, but a variety of princesses, a variety of other characters too. Like, it was just so fun.
Yeah.
Loved it.
It was my favorite. Yeah.
So over in Walt Disney Studios Park, we kind of teased this a little bit already, but Alice and the Queen of Hearts Back to Wonderland, such an impressive show, so many elements to it, and it's very different as well. It's, I don't know, it's really a production.
It is. Yep. Yeah, you have, like you mentioned, the BMX tricks. You had, like, trampolines, pyrotechnics. Mm-hmm. And then Alice and the Queen of Hearts would have, like, a song battle.
Yeah, so it was wild. And there was a lot of build-up to the show prior to. Mm-hmm. A lot of costumes. Like, I would compare this to, like, a very theater-esque extreme production. Like, it was just really, really fun. And, you know, the premise being Alice is coming back to Wonderland now, which is neat. But yeah, just really, really cool. Definitely worth the time to go see it. And it is impressive. And what they're doing every single performance is just amazing. Trampoline artists, like, it is huge. And when you walk back there, like, this is like a massive area. No, for good reason, because it is an enormous show. Yeah. Then let's finish with our favorite.
Mickey and the Magician. Yeah. Again, personal favorite for any Disney park, but you kind of have scenes from different popular movies. Mm-hmm. Like, you had The Lion King, you had Aladdin,
Cinderella.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast. Frozen. Yeah. So to say that you just, like, take little scenes from each movie sounds, I mean, that's essentially what they did, but added, like, a different performance. It was like a Broadway performance element to it.
I think so too. And again, like, it's called Mickey and the Magician. No, there are very real elements of magic to this, where things happened that I remember thinking, how did they do that? Yeah. And then, like, wanting to, like, pause the show and, like, rewind it, but also just being, like, so mind blown. I didn't care. I just, like, I've never seen anything like this. Yeah. And it was just awesome.
Yeah, I'm not 100% positive on this, but I think you can buy a pass for reserve seating. Mm-hmm. It's like 12 euros per person or something like that, or at least when we went. This is one that I would absolutely buy the pass for. Yeah. You want to be up close. You want to be closer.
Absolutely worth it. Yep. Okay. The shows, you guys, like, just know there are tons of them, and they are all great, and it is absolutely worth just taking time away from the attractions to go and experience these shows. Yeah. And I mean, again, there's definitely a French culture influence to it, but, like, these shows are next level. They are all amazing. Yeah. Yeah. You want to talk about food?
Oh my gosh.
And what we ate?
Yes. Yep. All right.
There were so many food options, so many restaurants, a lot of snacking, but, like, the amount of restaurants is just unlike anything we've ever had before.
Yeah. So we were able to make our dining reservations as soon as our hotel room was confirmed, because we went through a travel agent and we got the package. But if you're not staying on property, you can book them 60 days in advance. Mm-hmm. But as soon as we had everything confirmed, we booked everything. Yeah. First place we booked was Chef Remy, which, it was cute.
Definitely cute. The restaurant itself was adorable. I loved the theming very much. I thought they did just an amazing job with it. The food was just okay for us, though. Like, it just, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad we ate there. I am, but, like, I could have skipped it and been okay. Yeah. And it was interesting because I'm saying the same words that Katie told us at lunch before we went, because, like, again, like, glad she did it, but, like, you can also see into the restaurant after you get off the attraction.
You can, yes.
So, like, you do get to look into it.
You do.
But the food was just okay for me.
Yeah, we did a starter and a main course. So we got a salad, and then we both got, I think, the chicken and the potatoes. Mm-hmm. Which, it was just, like, it was average.
Yeah.
It just wasn't anything like super special.
Correct.
But going to Walt's, an American restaurant, so fun.
I wish they had Walt's dining experience in Disneyland or Disney World, because it's right on Main Street. You go in, you go upstairs, you're dining on the second level. You can look out over Main Street, USA.
Like, this is literally a restaurant dedicated to Walt and all of his favorite dishes. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, how did this end up in Disneyland Paris and not anywhere else in the States?
The food was so good.
Yep. So we had a starter, a main course, and a dessert. You got the chicken pot pie, the mac and cheese, and the warm chocolate chip cookie.
'Cause I'm a child, baby.
I got the Waldorf salad, the filet chicken with veggies, and a Flower Street sundae. Mm-hmm. I thought Walt's was my favorite.
It absolutely was my favorite restaurant that we ate at the whole trip. Just very good. And because we're pinheads. Is that a thing? Did I just come up with a thing?
I don't know if that's a thing.
Well, I'm going to say it. Weird. Oh, okay. That's fine. But they have a special pin that you can get when you eat there.
Yeah, exclusively. You have to eat there in order to buy it. So we were like, now there were 3 options. There were 3 different colors.
One. We did. We are responsible sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought the food was really, really good there. And the atmosphere, like you said.
The atmosphere was really cool. Just the amount of pictures and history that was there about Walt's life, being able to see some things I had never seen before was really cool. I loved it so much. That is definitely a must-do for anybody who goes.
Yep. And then we ate at Pim's Kitchen, which we mentioned before is a buffet. So the first thing they did was brought a giant pretzel to the table.
That was fun.
Which was cool. But they had, it was like a typical buffet. You could make your own salad. They had like a meat and cheese selection. Mm-hmm. And then you got into like the base of the food. So they had some salmon, pork. They had little burgers because sliders. Again, it's Pim. Yep. So you had a little burger and then a really huge burger that you could cut up into little pieces. Mm-hmm. They had a big pretzel sandwich that again they cut into slices. Pasta station, fries, veggies,
Mini corn dogs on a stick.
I missed those.
No, I ate like 6. They were good.
We were literally sitting next to each other, and I don't remember those being on your plate.
They have like a whole dessert section with all sorts of like pound cakes, big cakes, cake slices, donuts, a giant Oreo. Like they had all sorts of things. And now we went at the end of the day. I think next time I would try it for lunch because, maybe there were some better food options because, like, a lot of these restaurants close early, you guys.
Yes, they close very, very early. So, yeah, next time I would definitely try for, like, a lunch versus a dinner. But our logic of thinking was, like, we wanted to try all the food and snacks, so we would do that throughout the day and then have, like, a bigger dinner. Mm-hmm. But this is one, I would definitely get a lunch.
Yeah, for sure. One place that we did have lunch, though, was the Cowboy Cookout Barbecue over on the Disneyland side.
Yep.
That was fun. That was good.
Yep.
Like, honestly, the quality for barbecue food, like, was really, really great.
Yeah, I thought it was good. We did, like, the sheriff's barbecue platter, I think is what it was called. So you had, like, chicken, pork ribs, pork sausage, fries, and a drink.
And they have, like, plenty of other places you can eat that are more, like, quick service. Like, we did try that one day for lunch as well over in Discoveryland and stuff. And, like, it was good.
Yeah.
It was nothing fancy, but, if you just need something quick in a moment, that was really good. But I would definitely recommend, steering to one of these, like, Cowboy Cookout Barbecue. Like, the food was awesome. Mm-hmm. Really tasty. And then there was Captain Jack's.
Yep, this was the last place, the last dining reservation that we had. And this one is very similar to Blue Bayou in the sense that it's in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. So you could sit on the water. But this one is like 5 or 6 like tiers almost. Yeah. You have to like keep going upstairs. And
it is as far as like ambiance and stuff, it was the coolest one. I mean, there's all sorts of pirate decor around, and it just feels like super cool, almost like if Bengal Barbecue and Blue Bayou had a baby or something.
Yes.
Like it was sweet.
Yeah. We did not get a water or a table on the water.
I know. It's a bummer.
It was actually quite the opposite. I think we got the table that was like furthest from the water, which wasn't great. But We got a starter, a main course, and a dessert. So you got, or I think we both got the chopped smoked chicken salad.
I thought that was really good.
Yep, and then we both got the grilled jerk pork, which I thought was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Definitely different, but I liked it.
It was different.
And then I got an exotic fruit soup for dessert, which I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it was good. It was just some different fruits.
Yeah.
And then you got like a shortbread something or other, I think. I can't remember.
No, it was good. I think we had just kind of an average dining experience there. But like, I think had we had different circumstances, like we would have enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah.
It still was really good. It was really cool. But like, that for sure was my favorite ambiance of where to dine. Like, that was, it was really neat.
Yeah, I think of those 4, I would definitely eat at Pim's again. I enjoyed it. I would definitely eat at Walt's again.
Yeah, Walt's was my favorite too.
I would not eat at Chef Remy again.
No.
And Captain Jack's, like you said, I would give it another try because we did not have great service. Like, I think we almost spent 2 hours in that restaurant. Right. So I don't think that helped. So I would give it a second chance, but not one that I would immediately go for.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then we'll quickly touch on some snacks. Like, we already talked about the churros in Frontierland. There were stands over by a Small World. I think that was probably my favorite place to snack, honestly, because they had so many things. Like the chocolate dipped strawberries, the macaroons, the Parmesan pretzels. Like, there were just so many different options. I think we got some cinnamon sugar nuts and stuff there too. Like, there was just a lot of great stuff.
I will say though that the macaroons over by Ratatouille were much better than the ones by It's a Small World.
And plus,
as I'm pointing, because everybody can see me pointing.
And plus, they had a lot of other candy in that particular over by
Remy,
yeah, that's where we got the licorice ropes, and those were really good. And
you downed like 8 of those.
I know, they were delicious, and I love them. I'm not sorry about it.
Yep.
The other thing that they had outside of Remy, which was kind of cool, is they had like little food carts and stands, and that's where you could get some Belgian waffles, which were delicious. They had this cheesy potato thing. I had like 2 or 3 plates of that. That was
and they had
good,
like little like diced ham. Yeah, those were really good.
That was bomb. Yep.
You had some crepes in Adventureland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, that was the first day. I think the jet lag had like already kicked in.
I think I had a Nutella crepe with sugar on it. It was great. It was good.
Yep. And then they have what they call a green chip van, which is essentially fries. And that's all they serve is fries, which was great for just like a snack on the go.
Yeah, for sure. But like, again, there's no shortage of snacks and there's no shortage of restaurants. I mean, I just still, even as we're recording this, thinking like the number of restaurants that were there was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So it was super good. So let's jump over to our hotel stay. Because we, again, stayed at the New York Art of Marble Hotel, which was really awesome. I don't know what else to say about it. It was just great.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. So we had a standard room, which was just 2 double beds. But we got to stay on the Captain America floor. Yes. Shockingly. So everywhere you turned, it was just like Captain America artwork.
Yeah. And I think we've talked about this, but Captain America is my favorite. So it could not have been any better. That was super great. And like you said, I mean, there's so much art there. Like over 350 pieces of art. And I feel like we barely scratched the surface of seeing them all.
Oh, yeah. Because we didn't even go to the different floors. Like, we just stayed on our side of the hotel, on our floor. But they have all of the Iron Man suits in the lobby.
And all the Captain America shields.
Yes.
Super cool to see.
Yeah. And then outside they have statues of Iron Man and Captain Marvel.
Yeah. And while we were there overnight, they even put up a Spider-Man pumpkin.
Yes.
Like a giant pumpkin.
Yeah, because they were getting ready for Halloween.
That was super neat.
Yeah. And as we mentioned, it was like a 10-15 minute walk to the park.
Yeah, it really wasn't far. You did have to walk through downtown Disney District, But that also, shocker, was under construction. So there was a little bit of winding that you had to do to get there, but it really was not too bad. And I thought the location was very convenient to the parks.
Yeah.
That's what made it really easy to go.
Yeah. They had a pretty good gift shop, a lot of Avengers merch in there, so that was awesome.
No, the gift shop was really cool. It looked kind of small, but they had some really cool things inside.
They did, yep. And then we mentioned this earlier, but they had a superhero station at the hotel, which you had to have a reservation for, but it's essentially like a photography experience, I guess.
Yeah, I would say so. Didn't know what to expect, but it was really cool. I mean, one thing is right off the bat, you got to meet Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was super fun, very interactive. You know, he found out we were from the United States and stuff, and he was asking if we'd been to Avengers Campus in California, and jokingly was like, yeah, I miss that place. I can do so much more there. I can actually, like, swing from buildings and fly, and here all I can do is sit on a building.
Yeah.
So kind of going back to what we mentioned about Avengers Campus here in Paris, is there's just not the same presence with the superheroes being out all the time, and even Spider-Man can't do as many things. There's no Spider-Man show. But it was really cool to meet a character there. So after meeting Spider-Man, they have like 5 or 6 different photo stations set up.
Yeah.
Where you can actually like take pictures in the Marvel universe. So one of them is Peter Parker's bedroom. Yep. And everything is actually mounted to the ceiling. Like his bed and desk and everything. So you can sit on what in reality is the floor, but it looks like you're on the ceiling.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
Yeah, you have Iron Man that you could pose kind of like in his boots with all of the suits in the background.
That was neat. Yeah. Mjolnir. Yep. So you could hoist that. You could be inside one of the collectors, containers and stuff. And one for Captain Marvel, one for Ant-Man. It was fun. It was just a really neat experience to go and just kind of geek out and hang out there for a few minutes.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, you do have to have a reservation. We just made ours, I think it was 7, maybe 5 days in advance. So something you can do, I think, pretty last minute, but you do have to have one in order to do the superhero station.
Do you want to talk about the merch? Because we had really high expectations for the merch in Paris, and
yeah,
that one was tough.
The merch was just really not great when we were there, and maybe that's the norm, and we're just not sure.
Well, I don't know, because the Olympics had just ended. I mean, we literally landed on the last day or the day after the Paralympics closed.
Yeah, it was shortly after.
So maybe things had gotten picked over.
I don't know, but there just really was not a huge variety, and it would just completely change day to day, and not the merch would change, the location of the merch would change.
It was really bizarre, you guys. Like, I don't know how to explain this or what to compare it to, but like, we even texted our friend Megan and had said, like, you know, how often do you guys move World of Disney around? Yeah. Because like overnight, the entire store was different, and there was stuff that was there the day before that is like gone. Yes. Now, granted, they do a lot of business. Like, there are bags and bags and bags leaving the store all the time.
They do, yeah.
But it was just wild to feel like if you didn't buy something in the moment, it may not be there later.
Yeah, so the first day, that's kind of what we did, is we're like, okay, we don't want to, like, impulse buy. Like, let's go to a couple shops and see what there is before we start buying a bunch of stuff. But then the second day, we were like, okay, this was in this shop. We would go there, and I'm like, well, they're all gone. Where are they? Yeah. Like, completely gone. Mm-hmm. Or you would go into their World of Disney, and, like, the Spirit jerseys would be in the front part. Completely gone. They're now located in the very back of the store. And you're like, it just was a complete turnover of the store.
And there really was stuff that you just could not find there anymore. And it's hard to believe that they would have sold out of all of it overnight, but maybe they did.
Yeah, it's just, we had seen a lot of the merch that was available just in some like Facebook groups and things on Instagram. And we just weren't able to find any of the stuff that we were really looking for. So it was a little disappointing, I think.
And we also found that the Disney store inside Disney Village had a better selection than World of Disney at times. So make sure that you check both places.
Stores. Yep.
But again, like there was just it was just a very strange, unusual experience for us, I think, as we were going through that. But one thing we did notice is Stitch is huge.
Stitch is huge. Like, spirit jerseys, pins, plushies, you have a show. Like, you name it, they have it in Stitch.
No, like, some of my favorite pins that we bought while we were there is Stitch dressed up as different characters, or Stitch riding different attractions. Like, there's one that we have of him on Shocker Thunder Mountain where he's like there and he's got like a stick of dynamite and stuff. Like, it's just funny. And we got a pin for our daughter where Stitch is in a unicorn onesie. Just very random, but Stitch is king in Disneyland Paris.
Absolutely. A lot of merch over there.
So I don't know, I think we did have higher expectations, but we also were like enormous fans of the Disneyland Paris 30th anniversary. We thought that merch was top shelf, like exquisite. And I don't know, a little bit underwhelming. I mean, like, there was still a lot of variety, a lot of cool things, but then the other thing is there was a lot of it that was just really picked over. So
it was very picked over. And again, maybe that was just the time of year because, as you mentioned, the Olympics had just ended. Everybody had been to Disneyland Paris. But yeah, so I'm interested to see how their merch looks in the future.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that kind of takes us to getting towards the close of this episode, where we just wanted to talk about other observations. So we even went so far as to create a note while we were there and actually just write down anything that we're doing as we're going along, just so we could share this, because there were a lot of just interesting things that we saw and experienced that we were like, okay, that's different or that's unique, and we wanted to share them with you. So let's start going down the list.
Yeah. So we mentioned this before, but I think the biggest bummer was that Peter Pan was not open. It was under refurb while we were there, as well as the Pirates Galleon, which was the pirate ship and the bridge that you could go across. Yeah, that was all closed, unfortunately. So that was kind of...
Yeah, that was a bummer. But I mean, like, that happens. Like, refurbs constantly happen, so...
Yeah. As we mentioned, Walt Disney Studios was under a lot of construction, so it was a little hard to navigate. I don't see that being a forever thing, but just over the next couple months to a year, know that, like, if you're going to visit, that one's a little hard to navigate.
Yeah, that was tough. I think, again, as we talked about, the early entry was great, and it's a great way to knock out quite a few rides. Loved having that full hour, and again, like, it just felt like there were not that many people there. So if you can swing it, totally take advantage of that. I think one of my biggest takeaways that felt just very strange was, where are all the cast members?
No, the cast members were like non-existent. It is not like the States where, for example, when we were in Disneyland on Haunted Mansion, there were like 3 cast members in the front and then 1 in the queue, 1 before you go in the stretching room, 1 when you get off the stretching room. Like, they're just staged throughout the ride. That is not the case in Disneyland Paris. You have maybe 4 people operating the ride, and that's lucky. It.
Like, some of the rides didn't even have 4 people.
Yeah.
And I would say that, like, by the end, we started to get to notice some of the cast members, like, for example, the custodial staff. Mm-hmm. We're so used to them being in their white jumpsuits, very easy to spot. Here, they don't wear white jumpsuits, and they look very nice and very, like, French culture type outfits, but, like, they blend in so much that it's really hard to see that they're even there. Mm-hmm. And I guess, like, if I can say this, being over there in a foreign country and stuff, I think there was part of me that was like, well, I would take more comfort knowing I could easily identify and see the cast members at any time. It's not to say you can't find them, but it was a different vibe for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Signage and, like, instructions over there were most of the time in French and English, which made it pretty easy to understand. And I feel like most cast members spoke enough English that you could communicate with them. So
I don't think we ever had any problem with that. I think there was maybe one cast member who didn't have the best English, but she quickly found somebody to come over, so it was like a non-issue.
Yeah.
Another weird thing, and, like, I don't know if you can, like, visualize this as I'm talking about it, but the queue lines are, like, super deceiving, okay? So, like, you walk up on an attraction, And, like, you see the queue, and you're like, okay, you know, whatever. You start getting in line. And then, like, you go around a corner, and all of a sudden, there's, like, a mile of queue.
Yeah.
It was so weird. Like, you would never know how long the queue line is until you, like, get up in it. And, like, yes, they have the wait times posted, but those wait times were, like, never accurate.
No, those wait times were absolutely not accurate. And I would say most of the time it was, like, over. So if it was a posted wait time of 20 minutes, it usually took, like, 30, 35. Yeah. So
yeah, it was just, I don't know. It's just the weirdest thing, you guys. Like, you don't understand unless you go. But you can't see the queue until you get, like, up in the ride. And it's like, where did they hide this? How did they hide all of this queue?
Yeah, it was.
You thought it would be, like, relatively short. And it's, I don't know. It makes Walt Disney World's queue seem very short and easy. Which is saying a lot.
It really is. It is. Another observation that we had was Disney bounding is huge over there. And most people aren't wearing, like, a Disney shirt like they are here in the States. Like, if you go to Walt Disney World or Disneyland, you're usually wearing some kind of Disney shirt. You're either wearing, like, a plain shirt over there or you're Disney bounding. And along with that, there are not many people wearing Mickey ears.
No.
Or if they are, they're mini.
Well, it's all the same Minnie Mouse design, too. It's kind of the sequined black ears with a red and white bow.
Yes.
That's kind of what everyone had. Like, there was not a lot of variety, even in the shops.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, ears were just not really a thing. But you know what was a thing?
Shoulder pals.
Oh my gosh, shoulder pals, and they have so many of them in the shops. They had, like, Stitch, you had Chippendale, Sebastian, you had the other Chip from
Belle.
Belle, yeah.
Spider-Bot, which we got our son the Spider-Bot shoulder plush, and he just wore that to Disneyland for Oogie Boogie Bash. People, like, multiple people coming up to him asking where he got it, because it's really cute. But, like, shoulder pals in Paris. You had Remy, Groot, Grogu, Woody, the salamander from Frozen, like Mushu. I mean, I know that a lot of those have made appearances over here in the States, but, like, everyone was wearing them. Everyone had them, and they, like, were for sale everywhere, and they had, like, the whole variety.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that Disneyland Paris had was they did have single rider, but the one nice touch that they had is they actually had posted wait times for really single riders.
I did appreciate that a lot.
Now, whether they were accurate or not, we don't know because we didn't do a lot of single rider, but it was nice that they did have a time displayed.
Yeah. One thing that was unique was that there's no seat pouches on the ride. Like, you can't just, like, tuck your ears or your hat or your sunglasses in there like you can over here.
Yes.
It was just very different. I don't know. I mean, there's still plenty of room to, like, tuck your backpack down in, and I carried a backpack the whole time, but it just so used to having that, and then it wasn't there.
Yeah. But another thing is, speaking of backpacks. Yeah.
I know where you're going.
You will get yelled at if
literally yelled at.
Do not take your backpack off before you're getting in line to, like, get on the ride.
Yeah, let's say you reach the end of the queue and then they tell you where to line up, like you're number 4 or whatever. Yep. Like, you better have your backpack off your shoulder, holding it in your hands, otherwise you're going to get snapped at. And that happened,
absolutely will.
A lot.
Yeah, which was crazy. We mentioned this before, but I wanted to quickly go back to this. So parades and shows, so chaotic. So chaotic.
Was this, like, our most negative experience there?
Yes. Yep. When we were sitting, especially for the Disney Stars on Parade, we were sitting on Main Street because they don't have any areas blocked off for a crosswalk. People were just walking on top of each other, stepping on each other. I had my ears knocked off of my head like 3 times. And at that point, I finally stood up. And unfortunately, I was like, I'm going to be that American right now. You're not going by me again. You're going to have to walk around me because, like, I'm tired of getting stepped on.
No, people just kind of push their way through. And I don't know if that's just a European culture thing.
I'm sure
it's
it
very
is.
Busy, but they're just, again, I chalk this up to a shortage of cast members. They didn't designate walking lanes across Main Street. They didn't designate places that you could sit. They didn't put up any ropes. So you just constantly had people walking over each other. And it's not that they were necessarily trying to be rude or take your place. It just, there's nowhere else for them to cross. So you kind of just have to weave your way through. But unfortunately, we were getting stepped on, and it just wasn't great.
Yeah, it was hard. I think that was probably the most negative thing. And I understand that eventually when we get to Tokyo and Shanghai and Hong Kong, that is the thing over there. It just, and that is what it is. And I'll be more prepared for that. Yeah.
But I thought their gardens were beautiful. Even we didn't really talk about this yet, but all their trees or bushes were very well manicured and different shapes and sizes. Very whimsical and fun. And you can just tell that the grounds crew and everything, it's Paris. This is just part of the show is having that. And that was really, really fun.
Yeah. So I want to take a second and also talk about food allergies because, yes, I have a gluten sensitivity. Unfortunately, food allergies are not really a thing in Disneyland Paris. So when we went to a restaurant, they did verify at the check-in desk that you had an allergy, which I appreciated. But then after that was about it. They essentially handed you a binder that would list every food and then what allergy it had, which, the binder was mostly in French anyway, so then you had to use Google Translate to try to translate it. And I feel for those people that might have celiac disease because
celiacs would have been really tough.
I don't know where you would eat, unfortunately.
Well, and they were very happy to share that binder with you, but it was not easy to navigate or to find the dish and everything. It was just kind of cumbersome, and it would have been so much more convenient even to just have a separate menu or to have a little symbol. And I think that's what we expected.
Yeah.
When you asked for a gluten-free menu, then they handed you this binder.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of the closest thing I can compare it to is if you've ever worked in a kitchen, just the allergy or serving, binders that kind of have all the detailed breakdowns of serving sizes and all those other things. It's not fun reading.
No, it's not. And thankfully I had no issues with, my stomach or having, that sensitivity. But yeah, it's just something to take into consideration that if you do have a severe food allergy, you just need to be very, very careful because they do not handle it like they do here in the States.
No, well said. And then I think the last thing that's just kind of, I don't know, different, but in a cool way, was the bathrooms. There were a lot of kid-sized toilets, even in the stall. So if you have a child with you, there was actually 2 toilets in the parent stalls, and they were all identified on the door, so you knew which ones were which.
And then even in the women's bathroom, they had small urinals. That way, if you were a mom and you were taking your little boy in there, just something that, just a little something that I was like, why don't we have that here in the States?
It's really nice. Really cool. So, in the end, any other last thoughts, or is there anything that you would have done differently?
I don't think so. I'm glad that we got to experience everything that we did. There were a couple shows that we didn't get to see that I wish we would have been able to see. But at the same time, after 4 days, you're exhausted. So I think 4 days is the perfect amount of time. If you are a true Disney fan, totally. And you want to see everything. Could you do Disneyland in a day? Absolutely. Could you skip Walt Disney Studios Park? Yeah, you could. But I think 4 days is a good
If you want to do everything, and that was kind of our goal, not knowing if and when we would ever go back again, yeah, I think 4 days is the way to do it. I did write down on my list that I wish we could have done all of the shows, or even done, Mickey and the Magician again. So having more time to shows. I just think you need to make an effort to give time for the shows and stuff. I think that's super important. One thing I wish we would have done is I wish we would have had a rest day to start out rather than pushing ourselves to the park. I think having that rest day ahead of time where we just flew in to get acclimated would have made things a little easier, because like by day 2 and even into day 3, like you start feeling it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that would have been cool. And then probably like the biggest, most important thing, don't ride Crush's coaster. It's stupid. No. It's the worst.
I think you should still go and like...
Just temper your expectations, because it just wasn't that cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I'm sorry.
And I don't understand why everyone gets in line and waits 90 to 3 hours for it. Like, it's... Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Overall, yeah, I don't think there's anything I would really do differently. I think we had a great trip, and yeah, I think when Frozen opens, that's going to bring a lot of people to the park.
I think so too. And that, if I could say to people, if you're planning a trip or if you're on the fence about thinking about doing this, I almost wonder if you don't wait 2 years or 2.5 years, you know, let the immediate rush of people go. But I mean, again, like, it's going to be great. They're doing a lot of construction right now. I don't feel like it was a waste of a trip. I think there was plenty for us to do and see.
Yeah.
But I would say, because you know that there's more coming very soon, I think it might be worth waiting. And then, you know, again, just be aware. I think people who travel regularly, this probably isn't as big of a shock. But, you know, being over in Europe, being in another country, there's just different things. Like, for example, they had armed guards that were walking through the plaza. Mm-hmm. And it was a little unnerving, because you're like, I'm at Disney. Why would I need to worry about anything? Yeah. You know, similarly to having your bag scanned when you checked into the hotel, and, you know, having like full-blown metal detectors and other things, like, to a whole nother scale than what we're used to. But it's Europe. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. But all that being said, we felt very safe. We felt very accommodated. Mm-hmm. You know, everyone was very friendly and nice. We made efforts to say bonjour and merci and stuff, just to you know, recognize we're guests in their country and stuff. But I mean, it was still, it's a cultural melting pot. It was really beautiful. So many fun things, and it has its own identity that I think everyone needs to experience. It was really cool.
So well said. So well said. I think that's the perfect ending. So yeah, that is our review of Disneyland Paris. We know it was a super long episode, so if you made it this far, thank you. If you are planning a trip to Disneyland Paris and you have questions, let us know.
Hit us up for sure. Find us on Instagram, find us on Patreon. A great way to get a hold of us at either spot. But yeah, we're happy to, you know, send some emails back and forth, or even set up a time to chat virtually. Like, we would love to help you and kind of give you a great experience, because again, like, it's Disney. It's awesome.
Yeah. But that's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to rate our show on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our Patreon, where we have posted some exclusive content there. Check out our t-shirt shop Threads of Imagination. And until next wonderful Wednesday, TTFN.